Hi, I'm Chad Meserve. I'm the producer and editor of Diani Devine, Meet the Apocalypse.
Hi, I'm Jeff Mann. I'm the composer for the film, among other things.
Which we'll get to.
Yes. And Jörg Wekenborg, co-producer and Kickstarter backer of this whole endeavor, really.
And all-around supporter / auxiliary aeronautical aerial photography that didn't quite work out. But
Until I lost the propeller,
yeah, through a propeller happens.
I'm definitely going to ask about a lost propeller, but before we jump into that, before the movie even starts, let's talk about the Kickstarter campaign and being able to get the backing to make the film and what that felt like when you guys realized, okay, we can do this, we can kind of bring, their idea to life. What was that feeling like? And then what were the next steps that y'all were able to do from there?
Well, it was more about taking steps to try to put the scales in your favor that you can do it, because there's no guarantees. You start a Kickstarter, you have no idea. So their premise was to do a unique video every day. We made a new video for the entire campaign, so that it's good to have a friend who's an editor, because then you can shoot and have extra little pieces to keep people interested and keep people engaged to donate and see the campaign all the way through. So they put a lot of effort into producing a very good video, and then a lot of follow-up videos, and basically getting other people to share their feelings and build up the hype to help get those donations.
And a nice way to kind of introduce the type of comedy that we would come to see.
Right, yeah, give people a taste of what they could expect if they graced us with the ability to produce the feature.
So I've got to ask then, let's jump into the production side of it. And you guys are out there and you've a couple different sets. What was the hardest thing about the edit for you and just going through kind of the editing process?
Well, the process started even with, for me, with their previous movie called Selig, which is about a real estate agent who's too honest for his own good trying to sell a haunted house. So they filmed the movie and then they came to me for editing. And as we went through it, they had problems with another post-production company, and then they came to me to help fix the situation. And I was always, if only there was an angle of this, or only if you had, couldn't you have, too bad we don't have. Now when this one comes around, they're like, hey, you're coming to set, and guess what? You're not going to have, the excuse of saying, well, if I was there at the time, I would have recommended this and that, so I was there this time, and it was a way to preemptively get me to shut up about those kinds of things, because it's like, if there was a special little cutaway of the cat in the window, you were there, you could have suggested it, smart guy. So none of this armchair quarterbacking. Also, they knew that I would be picturing how to put the thing together, so having me behind the camera while they were in front of the camera, we had a great cinematographer who was able to make sure everything looked perfect, but was the moment landing, were the jokes working. They trusted me to be behind the camera and keep an eye on that. So
I've got to ask about the music side of it.
Okay.
What inspiration were they looking for? What were they wanting out of an apocalyptic movie? What did they ask?
I really didn't care what they wanted. I just they gave me a lot of their influences of what they were thinking about. I worked with them on the Selig. I did the music for that, and then I've done a lot of stuff with them between then and now. And when they were talking about this movie, they did the first table read. I showed up to hear the script, and I went home that night and started writing just my own ideas before they started giving me ideas, just because I wanted to start getting my brain working, because it's easier for me to feed my ego by putting my own stuff in there and having them alter that than them telling me what to do and me trying to copy that. But they gave me a lot of good ideas about the old road movies, and I was listening to a lot of that music, but then trying to take that and take the idea of that music and put a modern spin on it. So it has that kind of quirky, jazzy, orchestral stuff going on, but also not make it seem like it's trying to pretend to be something that was made so many years ago.
So I think let's jump to this propeller story.
Yeah. So I brought a 6-rotor multi-rotor out to set with a camera on it that we were going to use in order to. There's one scene where the truck with Hap and Gabe and Etta are coming to the ranch.
This is the epic yellow truck?
No, it's not the yellow
different
truck.
one.
No,
Okay.
it's basically they're being picked up, and then so basically,
Oh,
and we were going to try to do this sweep right over that, establishing kind of a deal, because you can hide the whole place behind the bushes, and then bring it up and reveal it. That's what we was going to do, and I was doing a test flight outside, and all of a sudden it just started getting really quirky, and when it landed, it was missing a propeller, and we never found it. And of course, sorry me, no replacement. So that whole idea went out the window, literally, kind of.
Well, thanks for that, but good try.
Yeah, it would have been nice, I guess, but sometimes it just doesn't work out that way, I guess. Movie ruined. The entire thing.
So as far as the producing side of it, when y'all have to put on that hat, how do you sell this type of movie and not just sell these guys, but this particular film and this, what they've started to build with the previous film and now hopefully more films? How do you guys approach that side of it and get people behind it and get people behind the Kickstarter?
What I found to be very interesting is when you just tell people what the log lines are, you get instant laughs. And that's what log lines are supposed to be doing. It's 3 sentences, and then you get a reaction from it. And I had 100% laughs. Just a comedy duo that finds out that surviving an apocalypse is just as hard as surviving in Hollywood. That's all you need to say, and people are just cracking up already. And I thought, yeah, that'll work. And just seeing the 30 videos every day, all the work that went into that, all this, I mean, we're not talking about just the movie. If you just look at the entire Kickstarter campaign, there were articles about this entire campaign, because there was nothing like it before, where they would put every day, there was at least one video, sometimes even 2, right? So just the work that goes into this, but we haven't even shot a millimeter of film yet of the actual movie.
Yeah, that's basically the point I was going to make too. But by the same token, all the content was in line with their A, it's the movie, B, it's their comedy. So even if you haven't seen the movie at all, you can look back on this whole body of work. And if you're too late to help with the Kickstarter campaign, you're still learning about their sense of humor and what the movie is going to be like. We have these 30 apocalypse, which are tips for surviving the apocalypse, and it's totally their brand of humor. And without giving you actual parts of the movie, which hadn't been shot yet, it still gives you an idea of what you're going to see.
And who?
So let's switch to being able to bring the cast out. And we were talking about this earlier, that you guys are traveling with this film and bringing it to the weird Austin crowd. This is going to be a really exciting night tonight for you guys. Like, what are you hoping people get from it, other than just laughs? But what are you hoping to see tonight with the screenings?
Money, lots of money being thrown, big stacks of hundreds, if you have it, thrown at the screen in honor of us and our greatness.
Groupies, I heard. Is that?
Yeah. It's very common, especially for editors, to be asked to sign body parts at premieres. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've brought several Sharpies of varying widths.
Yeah, and I guess maybe the apparition that you don't have to be ready for the apocalypse to have fun with it.
Well, I like that.
Because it's going to be fun. I'm pretty sure it's going to be fun.
Let's hope it is.
It's happening. It's going to be huge.
So I've asked everyone this question, but who would you kill in the cast if you had the opportunity to do the hunting scene?
These guys were both in the cast, so technically I'm not off if I said them.
That'll work for me.
Nothing personal.
Nothing personal. The guy next to me wants to hunt and kill me. That's cool. Huh, who would I? He's keeping his enemies closer. In the room. Probably Ed. Probably Ed. Not that it would be a good hunt, but it would be satisfying.
With the hat, though, so you could...
With the hat. The story behind the hat?
Yes, please.
My 5-year-old daughter won that at a school carnival 3 days prior to shooting that, and I grabbed it and I stuck it in my bag and I brought it along and said, should he wear this? And movie history was made.
This might be why they wanted you on set.
It's that kind of input, yes. Yeah, not really the editing. It's like, well, he did bring that rainbow hat. That's super distracting.
Well, for me, it's a pretty hard question to answer, really, because I have nothing but good memories of the whole thing. But Just to return the favor, Clovis.
What about the guy who stole the propeller? If you could figure that out. Well, I figured it was stolen because you wouldn't have lost the propeller.
No, actually, it just took off. It just left the party and went on to bigger and better things. And it's probably still out there somewhere. Never found
Lost
it.
propeller.
Lost propeller.
And that could be the next movie, guys.
The lost propeller.